Hey, good evening, everybody. Good evening, because it ain't good morning. I tell you what, I did something I normally don't do. I was a total bum today. Total bum. Kind of felt weird, and because I guess I didn't do nothing today, I'm out here wanting to do some stuff this evening. I've already edited out the next video and got it uploaded ready to go in the morning, so I don't even have to worry about that in the morning. So that's pretty cool. And it's cooler right now. That was part of my plan. I said I'm gonna chill in the house today. It was so hot, man. God, it was hot. And I said, you know what, I'm just gonna chill in the casa, and I'm gonna have my video, everything done, my editing, and when this cool evening air comes, cooler than that daytime, I'm gonna come out here and do some of my stuff, like at my boat and all. Now, I know y'all hear me working on my boat and stuff. You must understand, it's not about, oh, you're spending a whole bunch of money on the boat, or you hear all that, break out another 1,000. Yeah, well, I don't break out for booze. I don't break out for cigarettes. I don't break out for women in bars. I don't break out for restaurants and eating out all the time. I don't buy every gadget that comes along on Amazon, eBay, Shopee, Lazada. I don't buy all of that stuff. I do invest sometimes for some stuff for the place here. And I do buy some stuff for the vlog, some camera, mic stuff, things like that. But I manage my life. It's my life to manage it how I want to. And the point I'm going with all that is that this boat is my keep out of trouble hobby. It's my keep out of trouble hobby, because I think there's a few more foreigners here in the country. I'm just kind of walking around, I know, don't get dizzy. There's a few other foreigners in this country. They need some keep out of trouble hobbies, they do. Boy, do some of them really need some keep out of trouble hobbies. So my question is when you retire, what's your plan? What's your plan? When you retire, you're gonna come, let's say you're gonna come here to the Philippines, or you're gonna go to Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, El Salvador, wherever, Grenada, wherever your dream is, Costa Rica. There's all those famous, popular destinations to go to right there. Then what? Then what is your plan? What is your plan? What are you going to do? Are you going to just sit at home? You're going to rent an apartment? You're going to rent a little house somewhere? And you're going to just what? Just sit? You're just going to abide time until the final breath's drawn, Or you could say you're going to go travel all over the place, but most likely by the time you retire, you're tired. You can only do so much traveling. Not everybody. Some people like old JJ that come through here, though. Woo! That guy's on the go. And he's up in his 70s, so not everyone. There's some people, but some people are not as lucky and overcoming with health issues as JJ is. So, what are you going to do? Are you just going to come here, or whatever the other country is you choose, if you chose to retire like so many others have? What are you going to do? Are you going to go sit at a bar and drink? That brings problems and a lot of money, and it brings problems in your life. You're not going to have much of a relationship or a trustworthy one if you're in a bar all the time. It's going to bring problems in your life that you probably don't need at that point in life. Or maybe that's what you did back in your home country, and that's what you're doing here, and that's what brought the problems in your life to start with. That's probably what the problem was back home. And then, what else you gonna do? You're gonna buy a farm. I'm gonna buy a farm. I'm gonna farm in the Philippines. Well, now you're going to hobby in the Philippines with that farm. That's nothing wrong by a farm. I like farming. It's nice. But don't have no illusions you're going to be making the bank. And trust me, it is a very expensive hobby. So your farm hobby is not much different than my boat hobby. You're always going to be spending money on something that there's no return coming out of. And you can say, oh, I'm going to grow and eat all these vegetables. Well, you can only eat so many, and you're going to have to get rid of the rest, give them away, or they're going to spoil or whatever. So there's a limit of what you can do with them, and I guarantee you ain't going to be canning or freezing them all either. That's more for a climate where it's a winter time. And not everything will grow here that grows back in the States. There's just different insects and stuff that are here, different climate, just different zones. That some stuff that you're so used to growing maybe back stateside, you'll dream of trying it here, but it's very limited. It is very limited. I've seen a whole lot more towards the failure side on that than a success. That's why it's kind of limited here on what you usually see. You know, you see eggplant and you see bitter gourd and wing beans and long beans and mungo beans and I mean, I know, or somebody's going to chime in and give me the whole entire list. Oh, you missed this one. But I'm giving the gist of it. You know, you're going to get sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, and those are usually on a smaller variety than we're used to. Tomatoes, also on a small variety. Onions, also on a small variety. Okra, you know, there's one type of squash that's pretty popular here, and there's a deal similar to a turnip that's kind of popular here amongst the Filipino palate. Varieties of chilies. There's some really good chilies here for sure. Watermelons. Yeah. Of course, you got your things like papayas and bananas and cantaloupes. You know, cantaloupes are pretty nice. I like a good cantaloupe. Yeah, I don't eat too much of it because they turn to too much sugar though. But I like them, and every once in a while, it's nice to add that, and like you can blend it up with some. Blend up like cantaloupe or melon or papaya or anything and blend it up with like some good milk. I digress. Let's go back. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So the farming, that's pretty noble really, but it's going to cost you a lot of money. Land is not cheap here. Guarantee you it is not cheap here. And it has got to have ongoing maintenance all the time. Because remember, this is the tropics. When they say, you know, like, it grows like a jungle there. Yeah, because you're going to be living in a jungle. And every weed and vine and everything you can think of is going to be growing year-round, nonstop. So it is not an easy task. Not at all. So others, they're just going to spend all their time mall trolling, sitting in coffee shops, waiting to maybe a chance to speak to another expat or just look at the people going by. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do, but it's not what I want to do. I'm an active person, and me building and rebuilding and all this, these are my hobbies that I enjoy instead of walking a mall, sitting in a coffee shop. That's not me. That's not my gig. You know, just constantly, you know, hanging out in bars or anything like that. And nor do I want to compete with a Filipino farmer here that there's plenty of them growing plenty of food that they need that money. They need you to just buy it from them. You know, you don't need to become their competition. Yeah, just buy it from them. And there's some good local farmers, man. Support your local farmers. Man, support them. Buy from your local farmers. And you're probably going to get a better produce anyway. So anyway, just decide what your plan is going to be. You think about what your plan is going to be when you come to the Philippines. What's your choice going to be? Is it to sit and hang around and talk to other expats and bash each other and fight and sling fists, knocking each other out of coffee shop doors, and you know, bowling up at a prayer meeting or anything like that? Nah, don't do all that. find you a hobby. Like Lonnie built those lights for me, you know, and he's very creative building things, man. You know, have something creative like that. I have my friend David over in Beagle. Man, he's got Jeep projects. He restores old Willis Jeeps and stuff. And he's building up a property over there. Man, he is just as happy as a bug in a rug, as they say, you know. If you've got a hobby and you like woodworking or building things or creating things or welding, and you've got that time now, do that. Enjoy it. Teach it to a local. If you got a skill, do your hobby and teach it to a local. Maybe enjoy building cabinetry even. I know an expat that he came over here and he had cabinetry skills. And so he brought all his good proper tools for building, you know, nice quality professional cabinets. He sent all that from the US. And at his property, he set up like a hobby shop, turning out and build some cabinets for themselves. And next thing you know, some neighbors wanted one, and another neighbors wanted this, and another expat, and another wealthy Filipino. And before you know it, he had a full-fledged cabinet shop going on, turning out really beautiful A-class cabinet work. And he had trained up, you know, a half a dozen Filipinos. He was teaching them about doing proper installations and all. And he gave them the skills. And now they are a big cabinet company, man. And he's got these great employees and stuff, you know. And he gave them careers that no matter what happens with him now, he can turn it loose. And he has set the future for some Filipinos here. And his hobby turned into a real thing for other people. Look at my guys here. Man, Mok, that dude, somebody will swoop him up in 1 second if I was to let him go. And each time I went back to Texas, they're trying to sweep him up and hold him, but he's got loyalty and fealty to me that he returns back to me, but in a very dignified way for all parties involved, because he's a real man. And you teach these guys, take your hobby, share what you know, teach it to others, and enjoy your life, but stay out of the mischief, man. We're all getting too old for the mischief, you know. All this nonsense that goes on. I think some people, you know, all kinds of people come here. It's not just all good people. There's the good and the bad come here. And I think some of them were just bad where they were from, and people got tired of them there, and they just perpetuate the same bad over here. But remember, this is your chance to start over. This is your chance for a new you. If you do have some problems back home, this is your chance for a new you. You may not get another one. Enjoy that chance. Everybody, I'm just going to chill out here with my boat for the evening. I'm drinking a cup of coffee, sitting in my garage, and I've been cleaning on it, and I'm just going to enjoy. And this is all the video is going to be today, is that little discussion and food for thought. You comment down below and tell me what your plans are. Tell me what your plans are for retirement when you come here. I won't be critical. I'm looking at it from more than one angle, and I'm not being critical of anybody's decision. I'm just saying, have a choice. Have a choice. Remember what the good book says, you know, that it's speaking about that an idle mind is a devil's workshop. Yeah, idle mind is a devil's workshop. And I'm not preaching to nobody, actually. I'm not trying to get all Bible thumping or nothing, but that's some good food for thought right there. An idle mind is a devil's workshop. And this boats and all my hobbies, man, my mind does not have a chance to get idle. Everybody take care. God bless. And write down what your plans are when you come to another country like this and you retire. What do you hope for, or what are you doing now? Talk to you later. Bye.